The Penguins aren't a complete product. They probably won't be a complete product until the end of this month when the NHL's trading deadline comes around and Jim Rutherford finally has a chance to make the moves he's wanted to make for months now. But man, would it be nice if they were able to get some other stuff done internally before then. I'm Dejan Kovacevic. You're listening to DK's Daily Shot, sponsored by Schneider Downs. More after this.
What I want from my public accounting firm is big ideas.
But I don't want to lose the personal attention.
My company needs global capabilities.
From a firm with local ownership.
And I want to work with industry experts.
Who take the time to understand my unique challenges. And that's what sets Schneider Downs apart. Expertise for the most complex business issues. With the service you need every day. To learn how our big thinking with a personal focus can help your company, visit schneiderdowns.com.
Penguins have 10 games remaining this month, beginning this weekend at Dallas and at St. Louis. I'll be out there covering those games for DKPittsburghSports.com, and I'll be most interested to see what this team, what this management does in terms of getting more younger players involved. Now, we're going to find out a little bit more later on Thursday about the injury statuses of Carter Rowney and Tom Kuhnhackl. I suspect they're not going to be available to play on the trip, if not longer. In that event, what really needs to happen here is that the Penguins need to start putting some of their younger guys out from Wilkes-Barre on a more regular basis, the way we saw Mike Sullivan deploy Zach Aston-Reese, for example, the other night against Vegas when he was part of the three-line rotation that was forced partly by injury, partly by Dominic Simone's ineffectiveness. Get Simone back out there, too. Get Daniel Sprong up. Get Jean-Sebastien D up. Get young players up to give them a chance right now to succeed, and maybe, even if it's just one or two of them, to illustrate some depth. The Penguins are in need not only of the fresh legs and everything else that comes with it, and I get that, you know, the 2 points right now are really important in every game that they play. It's not like they have a playoff spot that's being handed to them. But I also understand that the ultimate goal here is the ultimate goal, and that would be a third consecutive championship. If you look back at the last two, in each case there was a rush of young guys that came up. Well, that's more important now than ever. Remember when Brian Rust and Connor Sheary and Kuhnhackl came up the first time around. Scott Wilson, too, not forgetting him. That energized that group. That gave them life to carry into the playoffs and then beyond. Last year, Jake Gensel came up, scored 14 goals in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You need that in this league, especially in a speed league, especially in a speed-based system. This year, the Penguins have seen on occasion, for example, Simone coming up and jumping up onto the first line with Sidney Crosby, doing some very Chris Kunitz-y kind of things in terms of supporting him. But they need more of that. They need to have kids out there maybe stealing a job or two. I don't think you're going to find it at center. I got to underscore that. I don't think you're going to magically turn up a third line or a fourth line center internally. The Penguins know exactly what they have, and there's a reason that Rutherford has been so hungry to find that position from the outside. But finding another winger or two, yeah, you got to do that. If for no other reason, then Rutherford very well might have to part with a winger in order to get that third-line center. You definitely don't want Rutherford going and bringing in two outside pieces, if he can even do that under the salary cap. Let's see these kids play. And I'm not saying that in the cliched sense, not in the rebuilding sense, of course. We're talking about the Penguins here. But I do want to see somebody somehow surprise and claim a spot and stick. And if there's one guy whose name I'm going to circle out of all that, you know who it is. It's Daniel Sprong. He's been better than most people think defensively, and he can absolutely get the job done in the offensive zone. Now's the time to do that. Figure out what your inventory is before you go shopping. This has been DK's Daily Shot, sponsored by Schneider Downs. You're listening to DK Sports Radio.